Becker, October 18th, Venice, California. Going in my third year of homeless, battered, blah, blah, blah. 2 years ago, KABC, talking with Dr. Drew Pinsky, medical doctor and also a social science expert. On air, KABC 790 Talk Radio. Leann, Tweeden is there too. 1 minute. It was given 1 minute 2 years ago. Let's see what happens, all right? We're multimedia here.
Killed, second in critical condition, according to CBS.
September 19th, 2019.
Folds.
Dr. Drew, Midday Live.
Venice situation. Stand by. We've got less than a minute. Go ahead.
Hi, Dr. Drew. I just want to say, without accountability or oversight, hundreds of millions of dollars of tax-exempt real estate investment equity are going to private developers. Steve Clare. Exciting policy activist Becky, Dennison, the iconography is great and warm and fuzzy, but like there is massive
Sorry about my finger.
that is politics, profit, and poverty was covered by a PBS Frontline documentary. There's a poverty pin paradigm going on here with St. Joseph's Center, the service units that Felicia Kellam Adams claims poverty pin millionaire spokesmodel are not being looked into.
There's got to be something like that.
We need oversight and accountability.
Did you say Becky Dennison? Is that her name?
Okay, we have to leave it there.
Okay, I'm telling them it's ground zero. You know, I'm not at the epicenter. They're in pretty much complete agreement. That's 2 years ago. You know, there's a lot of information there in that 1 minute, I think it's fair to say. The news today is Project Room Key doesn't work, okay? You see our videos about that. We knew that was coming. It's another Felicia Adams Kellen stooge. Drug house, Becky Dennison, myth Mike Bonin, and now Chief Moore, disgracing himself, the Los Angeles Police Department, and endangering our officers on the street, our women and men, you know. And last year, this was before the mobocracy riots. This is before, Becky just had Maxine Ward. Drug house, Becky Dennison, Snow White's plane just had Maxine Waters here. They don't stop. White real estate, Eric Alberg. Hotel felon Carl Lambert and the Chamber of Commerce stolen tax money for the Horizon Apartments LLC boondoggle. That, 20 units. You know, how many African Americans are dead? How many suicides in that suicide cluster? How many gay for all the race baiting and exploitation that Bonin does about, oh, I was gay. Okay, you were born to a dynastic millionaire family in Clinton, Massachusetts in the late 60s after everybody else made a movement and made the moves, and you turned into a Harvard meth addict, street meth addict here with Ed Buck, torture murderer, and you want to come off as if you have a high moral ground, or anybody who supports you, or any Chamber of Commerce business that's ever had a picture with you, or George Francisco, or crack house Jack Hoffman, or hotel felon Carl Lambert, my biatch. We gotta let your customers know. We gotta let the international tourism people know that Hunter Biden open border sex trafficking. You got Dirty Roger, child rape Mahoney. Rome had to take him out. How much suffering did the last Holy Father have to go through all of that, and now Mahoney's back there and Garcetti's back there, and this is Dirty Roger Mahoney. They ought to put a Dirty Roger Mahoney sign, a crack Jack Hoffman sign. I'm going to make sure the world sees Dirty Roger Mahoney, child rape, pedophile protection racket, poverty pimp, rainbow reset, strategized by these maniacal people who hate our country, who hate even the concept of individual liberty, because it frees us to have voices, and to be together, all of us. They don't want that. Do you know what? Becky Dennison speaks for black people, Okay, Minnesota activist, white splain, elite, poverty pimp. She buys her black friends. She don't have one black friend that there's not a fiduciary relationship. Not one. That's not a photo op climber stooge. Not one. You got a couple of credits at Stanford, Felicia, and you want to be known as doctor, and they put down a real doctor, who calls you people murderers. because he started to equate all those millions into billions with all the deaths on the street. He started saying, wait a second, some of those are my clients, you know? And what they don't want you to know is that, you know, some of us are poor since the Enron thing in the 07s, and, you know, and we're fixed income seniors, you know, retired seniors. You have to live in shame and dignity. You get your cost of living. What's happened to the gas in the last week? Do you know? Cost of living goes up how much? 5% a year, 2%, 5% here and there. You know, it changes as to the different particular products or industry, but it goes up. You know, Social Security, especially minimal Social Security, does it. Excuse me for having 5 orthopedic surgeries, saving other people's lives at 20th Century Fox. I had a wonderful career,